In 2016, we've been through the glorious nature of the southern Indian state of Kerala, and we are going to share with you our experience in the incredible land of India. My name is Naomi FALZONE. I am studying drama in the University of Paris 8, in my first year of Masters. My goal is to achieve an ethnographic work on Indian contemporary theatre. That is why I've decided to travel all the way from Paris to Thrissur. I am lucky enough that my mother, Sylvie FALZONE, is staying in Kerala since 2014. She's had the chance to follow most of the artistical events and to record it with her camera. Thrissur, the city where she lives, is known for its international theatre festival called ITFOC. The participants from all around the world can come and present their work as long as they were selected. The main organizer of this event is the SNA, Sangeeta Nataka Academy, a regional theatre. We would like to thank Jose Koshy, the director of Invisible Lighting Solutions, and all the members of his team. I had the chance to follow his company for over a month. I saw and analyzed their last production and was given the opportunity to lead an interview about the show. The creation started with a book. Sri TV Koshubava Upanyasam, a short story about the memories of a nomadic group and its move into oblivion. Around 1966, Kosh Anthony arrived in Kerala with his cycle circus troupe. In Tiruveli, his village, his guru teaches him cycle acrobatic numbers. Then, at each performance he gives, he gets better than his own master. This is a period during which cycle acrobatics are becoming popular and acclaimed in all villages. One day, near Kattur High School, on the land where rice grows, the troupe made its appearance with its own show. They built a performance area by planting bamboo poles and attaching ropes to mark the location. In the northeast corner of this space, they made a small open stage for performance. In the center of the circular space, they planted bamboo pole and attached to it 4 fluorescent tubes and 2 sets of horn speakers, one facing north and the other facing west. In the evening, they broadcast Hindu religious songs, and they announced, "Today, at 6:30, Kosh Anthony and his Cycle Circus group will present his feat to perform exactly 168 hours of cycle acrobatics. 7 days, during which he will eat, drink, sleep, and dance on his cycle." The chapter we've just heard is the narrative base of the show. However, it has also been constructed with personal memories shared by the members of the group. In fact, this form of nomadic performances is a local tradition that has nearly disappeared in the region of Thrissur. Here, we can see a family show that took place in Chennai. Even if these traditional gypsy forms are slowly dying, the memories of the artistic crew are still alive. The cast shared and used their own story to help the creation of the show. On stage, the actors don't pretend to be real circus performers, but they interpret villagers who imitate the nomadic artists. Some numbers are particularly extreme and should not be reproduced. They were putting even the real performers in danger of death back then. They were, for example, burying themselves alive for a few days. Theater helps faking these activities and provoking common memory and nostalgia on the audience without using real acrobatic skills. At this point of the creating process, common memory brought by the book, personal memories brought by the actors, and actual shows they could see in other regions were not enough to help the cast to go further from their own acting habits. Fortunately, one day, Pratapan, one of the actors, found on a newspaper an article about a senior circus biker named Thanka Chan. 7 members of the cast and crew had the chance to go and visit him in his hometown called Palla.
ഞാനിങ്ങനെ ഈ വയറ് ടാങ്കേ വെച്ചേച്ച് അങ്ങനെ കൈ കാണിച്ചു അങ്ങനെ 4-5 ട്രിപ്പ് പോയി അവർ കൈയടിച്ച് മടുത്തു. കാരണം ഈ വയറ് മുണ്ടിച്ച് വെച്ചിട്ട് ഓടിക്കുന്നത് തന്നെ കൈയടിക്കാതിരിക്കുന്നത്. അത് ഞാൻ എന്തെങ്കിലും കാണിക്കണമല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ സൈക്കിളിൽ ഉള്ള അഭ്യാസം മനസ്സിലുണ്ടല്ലോ. പയ്യെ സീറ്റേ കയറാം. സീറ്റേ കയറിച്ച് കാലത്ത് പൊക്കാമെന്ന് വെച്ചു. സീറ്റേ കയറി പയ്യെ കാല് പൊക്കിയപ്പോൾ വണ്ടി ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു പൊരുന്നല്ലാണ് കൂട്ടക്കാരിലെന്ന് ആ കൊച്ചു പറഞ്ഞല്ലേ വണ്ടിക്ക് കേടാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞല്ലേ നന്നാക്കി കളിക്കാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞല്ലേ അത് മതി 2-10 രൂപ കിട്ടി അന്ന്. ഓ ഭയങ്കര സന്തോഷമായി. പിന്നെ മൈക്കെടുത്ത് നമ്മൾ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളി വണ്ടിയുടെ കേടാണ്, അടുത്ത ഞായറാഴ്ച ഞാനിവിടെ കളിക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അവിടെ കൂടെ പറഞ്ഞാൽ അറിയാവുന്ന ആ ഗംഭീരമണ്ഡലം. പിറ്റേ ഞായറാഴ്ച തന്നെ മനസ്സിൽ കരുതി വെക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. വീണ്ടും ഈ വേലയും ഒരു വേലയും കൂടെ കാണിച്ചു. അന്ന് ഈ പറഞ്ഞാൽ നല്ല കാശ് കിട്ടി. കൊള്ളാവിൻ്റെ ഈ പരിപാടി എന്ന് മനസ്സിൽ കണ്ട് അവിടെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ക്യാമ്പ് നേരെ കിഴക്കുമ്പ് ബേക്കൻ ഫാക്ടറി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് കമ്മി കമ്പനി ഉണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ വാതിക്കല മഴയിഞ്ഞ് വന്നു. മഴ വന്നപ്പോൾ വേറെ ഒരു സർക്കസ് കമ്പനിക്കാർ പരിപാടി നടത്തി. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് അന്നും ജീപ്പുണ്ട്, വാഹനങ്ങൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും. അന്ന് മോട്ടോർ സൈക്കിളുണ്ട്, ഒരു കാറുണ്ട്, ഒരു ജീപ്പുണ്ട്. മനുഷ്യരപ്പം പരിപാടി വീട്ടിൽ കുഞ്ഞു മുതലാളിയായി ഞാൻ. അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ അടുത്തൊന്നും ചക്കാത്തി കഞ്ഞി കുടിക്കാതെ കൊണ്ട് എല്ലാവരും കൂടി ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വന്നു. ഇവർക്ക് കഞ്ഞി കൊടുക്കാൻ മാറുന്നില്ല, മഴയില്ല. ഞാൻ ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യാം, ഈ വേല ഞാൻ പിറവത്ത് വന്ന് കാണിക്കും.
Kosh Anthony's biking feat has been performed on stage thanks to Thank Chan's advices and great experience. From their own memories, the actors started to improvise, trying to reconstruct in a theatrical way the circus numbers they remembered from their childhood. Jose Koshy gave them feedbacks and kept some of the ideas for the final show. James Elia wrote the script from the original book and from the impros. The dramaturgy came partly from the stage. I joined the company for the 8th performance that took place in Thrissur, Kerala Sangita Nataka Academy for the 23rd edition of the Monsoon Festival, directed by Sunny Barraj on the 28th of June 2016. I also followed the tour in Vatakara for the 9th performance in the KS Bimal Theatre Festival. The show has been selected for prestigious theatre festivals in India, like the Bharat Rang Mahotsav in New Delhi's National School of Drama, the Surya National Theatre Festival of Trivandrum, but also international festivals like ITFOC in Thrissur, the Rangdwani in Dawood, and the luxurious theatre of Dakshina Bharata Rangotsav in Bangalore. I followed every step of the tour in Vatakara, starting with the loading of the set in a small truck. The entire set needs to be fitting in the bus that brings the whole company to the various cities where they perform. I noticed that the working techniques in Kerala are less convenient than the ones we have in France. They are using ingenious tricks to load the material from the balcony of Jose Koshy's house, where the lights and the sets are stocked. The rents are really high for a low living, which makes the renting of a specific storage place very difficult. On a D-Day, all the team needed to be ready at 6:30 a.m., since the travel takes 5 hours for 170 kilometers. We only had one stop. The team stopped in what the Malayalis call a hotel, a small restaurant where you can get fast dishes like idlis and vadas, for example, served with the traditional chai. It was the only way to get to the ladies' bathroom. As far as the men are concerned, the problem was solved anytime the bus stopped because of the traffic. At 12:30, we finally arrived to the municipal town hall where the show is booked for 6:30 p.m. The set needs to be put on very quickly and every member of the team participates, not only the technicians. Even if theater takes a large place in their lives, the artists need to have elementary jobs to survive and provide for their families. Theatre is not seen as a full-time job in Kerala, and making a living out of it implies to be working for more commercial productions or for the advertisement business. It takes a long time to build a career, since the artistic social status is not existing. The facilities in the town hall were very raw. The toilets were barely usable, there was no functionable tab and no green room. After a quick lunch break in a traditional hotel where we had a local meal, we, as ladies, were driven in a governmental hotel where a room was rented by the hour for us to rest and wash during the putting up of the set executed by the men of the company. When we came back, set and lights were ready for the show. On the town hall's little stage, several leading cultural personalities were sitting, all wearing white dhotis. They were commemorating the honorable activities of K.S. Bimal for his first death anniversary. He was a young activist who had been actively involved in the children's and amateur theater scene. The play was a success. The audience was fulfilled with joy, even if their applause were really fast. But the work was not done for Josh and his team. The setting down needed to be done right after the show, and everything needed to be loaded in the bus right away. We traveled back for 4 hours at night and finally arrived at Jose Koshy's house at 4 a.m. I took a time to prepare all of my questions for the interview and went to sleep after an exhausting day. On the 21st of July 2016, I interviewed the members of Invisible Lightning Solutions in the Black Box, a rehearsal studio of the KSNA Thrissur. As it commonly happens, the power failed down. The generator was very noisy, but inefficient.
City of Kerala, normally all are poor, before all the people are poor, and the land, and their land is under some kind of upper class landlords, and the common courtesy kind of people, the working class people, they are working under the feud community, and till morning to night they work. They don't get proper food, or they don't get proper no money at all. They get some kind of rice that in the form of grain, and they eat some rice or some tapioca kind of thing. That's the only thing in that time. Then several kind of changes happened. Communist Party came, and many transformation happened to this society. So everybody is poor. So some people travel to other country. Nearest country is Gulf one side, the Mediterranean side, and this side Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Okay. So some people go to Sri Lanka, and when they came back, all the people they came back, they are completely, the proper word is they are mutated kind of people. They completely transform, and they came like with a kind of very guilty Chinese silk kind of thing, and they are using a kind of cigarette, and they completely transform. They are in another position. So this kind of people, if somebody go to Bombay and came back, that time also they are expressing these kind of things. So this Ceylon Babu character, what Mallu do, is a person go outside of Kerala, outside of India, and came as a rich man, and he's trying to show, he kind of show.
സ്വന്തം കുടുംബ പ്രശ്നം നാട്ടുകാരെ മുമ്പിൽ വിളമ്പി പല്ലിട കുത്തി നാറ്റിക്കാതെ നാറികളെ 20 രൂപ കുട്ടി വിളിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. ലേഖം ഓർപ്പിക്കാൻ പോലെ ബാബു, വെട്ടിക്കള ബാബു, വെട്ടിക്കള ബാബു നിന്റെ പിതാവ്.
The real fact is, okay, that is the nature of this kind of people. Okay, so it's not in a theatrical level, it's an exaggerated level of the people's behavior.
I don't understand Malayalam at all. I can't get any bits of anything. When I grew up, I was watching lots of performances in language that I didn't get, but still there were some little words that I could grab and that I could kind of understand something. But here, nothing. But I still feel like I can understand what's dealing in between the characters by this body language. So is it also a way for you to make it more understandable?
Like Prathapan sometimes, yeah, he exaggerated and used some kind of words very loudly in the rehearsal process. I'm just mentioning Prathapan in each of every, like in the coffee pot scenes. I told him that this is too much exaggeration. Loud is too much. The way of expression is too much. So please reduce. And at the same time, if we when Tushara came to participate with us, we all suggested her to make it loud. So I think while we are presenting a dialogue loudly, automatically our body language also exaggerates. Otherwise, the other people are somewhat exaggerated in their body language usually, or stylized type. So if Tushara came to perform in between us, if she lower her voice, her body language also will diminish. So we suggested her to somewhat push. In the first performances, now it's changed. Last portion totally changed. During the first to fifth performance, we had such a thing that Mallu died, and after his death, we all acting. Oh, he did what to do. Here we are calling it melodrama. So after 2-3 performances, each of us understood that we can't do this. We can't do this in a melodramatically. After 2-3 performances, each of us telling that is melodramatic thing, we must have to cut it. So at the same time, we also understood how far we can go or how to reduce.
Jose Koshy is well known in Kerala for his amazing technical skills in lighting. He won many awards and uses his formation to solve dramaturgic problems. Lighting permits to use symbolism instead of acting to reveal scenes. It's also a metaphorical way to awake emotions. Jose Koshy and James Elliott transformed some of the impros in powerful visual and symbolic scenes. The one we can see here is a metaphorical way to talk about the revolution that took place when industrialization slowly replaced a communist society.
Highly educated people are begging to go and work in the Gulf and all that. It looks like it is not a complaint, but still it is showing up some of the capitalism bad side. There are so many things, and I wondered where were you in between all
That
this?
time we are mocking the Keralites. Okay, because of the Kerala, they are very proud to tell that I am educated. I have a master's, I have a upper master, or I have a double master. That time the people there know writing and the shorthand kind of thing. So educated Keralites. So that educated Keralites don't like to go to the paddy field, or they don't want to work in the with his father or in the family as a farmer. He is educated, but in the state he is not working anything. But when he go outside, he is do whatever kind of job. Okay. That is present also when the Bihari person or before the Tamil person do that for us. But now the Tamil person is blended, and now the people from Orissa, Bengal and Bihar, they are coming to work for us. Okay. So this is kind of bad ego and kind of mentality drive this thing. So James G himself write and improvise everything for that scene. That is his like his political sense work on that.
Even if his opinions are clear, Jose Koshy is not taking radical positions in the Abadan show nor in the interview we made. However, he uses Keralite idioms that are proper to the local culture in a satirical way to talk about real social stakes.
I am a socialist. I am not a Marxist. I am not a communist. I am a socialist. Okay. But we are just showing the symbol of the sickle and the hammer. No, that's the 50-50 way. We are not complaining about Communist Party.
നാട്യശാസ്ത്രം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പറ്റില്ല. നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. ഒരു നാട്യശാസ്ത്രം തരുമോ? എല്ലാ നാട്യവും വേണ്ട, ഒന്ന് മതി.
We can see here that the Natya Sastra is used in a humoristic scene. It's a way to mark a distance with this emblem of Indian classical theatre, since most of the inhabitants are not understanding or fully knowing about it. To my mind, Joshi's plays are more popular and accessible to the local people.
Is there any other question?
Just I want to congratulate him because he is representing such good theatre in our country, and some of the Malayalam plays we remember forever. That is one of your play now. But earlier I remind that one of the great young directors, Suviran, and one of Bansi Raman plays the Spinal Cord, M.G. Jyotish, and there is a very good traditions, and I am informed that most of the postmodern productions are happening in Kerala. So BRM is very fortunate enough to have such directors like you that create the magic of theatre without even knowing the single words of the Malayalam.
I would like to thank the whole company for the active contribution to this research. From left to right on the picture, Josh P. Raphael, Jose Koshy, Josh Prakash, Nijil, Sajan, Danish, Mijo, Sanish, Sylvie FALZONE, Thrissur, Vinod, Sudhi, Ramkumar, James Elia, Pratapan, Mallu, Sunil, Sundaran, Krishnadas, Nikhil, Rashita. A special reward to the Mashe, Jose Koshy, for his hosting and his guidance through this amazing adventure.
Kaniil mukti ka